What is going on, everyone? This is Manny from BackCourt Violation, hitting you with another video. And today I just want to talk about the whole Dez Bryant situation. I've had a couple days to let it simmer and see if he would sign anywhere. I was trying to do both videos in once, but it's been a couple days, so we'll just dive into it. So obviously we know the Cowboys released Dez Bryant. I don't want to say I was totally shocked, but I was a little surprised. I can't believe that they didn't even give him an option to take a pay cut. I mean, he still is a huge body, still an end zone threat. He still could have helped that team, and if he wanted to take the pay cut, I don't see why you wouldn't let him. I mean, he's from that region. He loved being a Cowboy. Obviously comes with some drama, but you know what? Number one, that's the wide receiver position, and number two, there are tons of players. Tom Brady especially. Aaron Rodgers, another one, who they're vociferous, if that's what you want to call it. They just want to win so bad that they let their emotions take the best of them. And as a fan, I love it. I love players like that. Dez Bryant is one of those guys that could have played on that Jet team which Rex Ryan coached. I love the fiery players. I love that, the competitiveness. I mean, when you want to win as bad as the fans want you to win, those are the players I fall in love with. So I am a huge Dez Bryant fan, and I have always backed up the guy. I think he gets a bad rep, and I don't think it's really fair. Brady and Rodgers can do it, and it's okay. Why? Because they're quarterbacks, or is it because of the color of their skin? Let's just be honest. So now that that's out of the way, some potential suitors that the names have been thrown around. You've got the Niners are looking at him. The Ravens are serious about him, actually. They just want him to take a little less money than what he's looking for. I mean, truthfully, if I'm Dez Bryant, I don't go to the Ravens. I don't even go to the Niners. He said he wants to stay in the NFC East, and I think that's a great idea, only if it's for a year. I don't think Philly has any shot. I mean, they got Alshon Jeffrey. They just picked up Mike Wallace. You got my boy from USC, Nelson Aguilar. Huge fan of all three of them. But the Redskins or the Giants. I mean, I think it would be. We all know I'm a huge Jet fan, but it would be crazy to see Dez and OBJ line up next to each other or on the other side of each other, whatever you want to call it. Can you just imagine? I mean, obviously when they lose, it'd be bad. They'd be throwing their temper tantrums. But when they win, I mean, I don't think you'd see two better press conferences at the end of games. Plus, it'd be, I mean, he'd certainly help Eli, and if they were to, say, draft Saquon Barkley at number 2, because I think we can all agree the Browns are taking a quarterback number 1, with the defense that the Giants supposedly have, I mean, 2 years ago they were great, and the last year they were trash. I don't really think it's them. I think it was they didn't want to play for Ben McAdoo, and I can't blame them. I mean, that was a weird hire to begin with anyway. So, that being said, if I'm Dez Bryant, and I want to stay in the NFC East, I'm looking at the Redskins hard. Alex Smith, at the very least, you're going to get a game manager out of him, and he can throw those 5-10 yard passes. I mean, I don't think Dez Bryant is really a true deep threat anymore, but he's definitely an end zone threat, and he's definitely someone who can run the slant. So he could help Alex Smith out. He could help Eli Manning out. Other than that, truthfully, as much as I hate to say it, I think a couple of good fits for him, depending on what they do. I think right now, the Dolphins should be looking at him. I think their best receiver right now is Kenny Stills. Give me a break. I like Kenny Stills, even though I hate the Dolphins, but Kenny Stills can't be your first, he can't be your number 1 receiver. And, I mean, Tannehill has a big arm. I mean, I don't know if they're going to draft. I know they love Baker, but I don't see Baker falling past 5. That's just me. And then you got the Bills. Now, they just picked up A.J. McCarron this year. They're obviously looking to draft somebody as well. Nathan Peterman is just not an NFL starting quarterback. I don't even think he's a backup. That was probably going to be one of the worst picks in Bills history. Thank God it wasn't a first rounder though, so they get a little slack there. But I think he would help both teams out tremendously. In all honesty, they don't really have great receivers, and I mean, if the Bills are able to get themselves Josh Allen, who they love because he's a cold weather quarterback, and obviously they play in the cold weather. That might be Dez's only downfall, which is why Miami might work out better for him. But I don't want to see him in my division. I'd like to see him sticking to the Cowboys twice a year. But other than that, guys, thanks again, and have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Hit like and subscribe.